Imagine you're standing in the middle of the largest party in history. Billions of guests, music playing, lights everywhere. And then you realize you can't hear a single other person. Not a whisper, not a laugh, not a footstep. Just silence. That is exactly what is happening to us right now, on a cosmic scale. There are more stars in the observable universe than grains of sand on every beach on Earth. Scientists estimate that billions of those stars have planets sitting in the perfect zone for life. The numbers are so overwhelming that the existence of intelligent life elsewhere should not even be a question. And yet, in over 60 years of searching, we have received no confirmed signal, no visit, no trace, no proof that anyone else is out there. So where is everybody? That question, 4 words spoken at a lunch table in 1950, became one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in the history of science. This is the Fermi Paradox, and once you understand it, you will never look at the night sky the same way again. The man behind the question. Enrico Fermi was not a man who asked careless questions. A Nobel Prize winner, the physicist who built the world's first nuclear reactor, a man famous for making extraordinarily accurate calculations with almost no data, a skill so well known it became called a Fermi estimation. In the summer of 1950, Fermi was having lunch with colleagues at Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico. The conversation drifted to UFO sightings that had been filling the newspapers. The scientists joked about it, and then Fermi went quiet. He ran the numbers in his head, star formation rates, the probability of planets, the time it would take to travel across the galaxy even at modest speeds, the age of the universe itself. And he looked up and asked simply, "But where is everybody?" The table went silent because everyone understood immediately what he meant. If intelligent life is even remotely common in the universe, and the math strongly suggests it should be, then the galaxy should already be full of it. Signals, probes, megastructures, evidence, something. Instead, nothing, and that nothing demands an explanation. The scale of the silence. To understand why the silence is so strange, you need to grasp the scale of what we are dealing with. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is approximately 100,000 light-years across. It contains an estimated 400 billion stars. Roughly 20% of those stars are similar to our Sun. And data from the Kepler Space Telescope suggests that most stars have planets, with billions of those planets sitting in habitable zones where liquid water could exist. In 1961, astronomer Frank Drake formalized these probabilities into what became known as the Drake equation, a formula designed to estimate how many communicating civilizations might exist in our galaxy right now. Even using the most cautious, conservative numbers, the equation produces results suggesting there should be dozens, possibly thousands, of civilizations in the Milky Way alone. And here is the detail that makes it truly strange. Our galaxy is 13 billion years old. If even one civilization developed space travel just 1% earlier than we did, that is 130 million years head start. They would have had more than enough time to colonize every single star system in the Milky Way before complex life even appeared on Earth. We should see evidence everywhere, we see none. Since 1960, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI, has been scanning the skies. Radio telescopes pointed at thousands of stars, billions of frequencies monitored, decades of data collected and analyzed. The result, one unexplained anomaly in 1977, a signal so striking that the researcher who found it wrote a single word in the margin of his printout. Well, it lasted 72 seconds. It was never detected again. To this day, nobody knows what caused it. That is the entire sum of our evidence. One signal, 7 decades of silence. The explanations that will disturb you. Scientists, philosophers, and thinkers have spent decades trying to explain the Fermi Paradox. The answers they have come up with range from hopeful to deeply unsettling. The first possibility is that we are simply extraordinarily rare. Perhaps the conditions required for intelligent life are so specific. The right star, the right planet, the right moon, the right chemistry, in the right order at the right time that it almost never happens. Earth may not be one in a million. It may be one in a trillion. The universe is not full of civilizations. It is almost entirely empty, and we are the fluke. The second possibility is known as the Great Filter, and it is considerably darker. The Great Filter theory proposes that somewhere on the path from simple chemistry to a spacefaring civilization, there is a barrier so difficult to pass that almost nothing survives it. A wall. A step so improbable that the universe is littered with civilizations that reached it and failed. The question that should keep you awake at night is this: is that filter behind us or ahead of us? If it is behind us, if the near impossible step was something like the emergence of the first living cell or the development of complex multicellular life, then we are the lucky ones. We made it through. Most others did not. The future may still be ours. But if the filter is ahead of us, if every civilization that reaches our level of technology eventually destroys itself through war, biological catastrophe, artificial intelligence, or environmental collapse, then the silence is not emptiness. The silence is a graveyard, and we are standing at the gate. There are other explanations. Some scientists suggest that advanced civilizations may be deliberately avoiding contact, watching us the way researchers observe an isolated tribe, choosing not to interfere until we reach a certain threshold. Others propose that the universe is not silent at all, that it is full of signals we simply do not have the technology to detect, the way a medieval peasant could not perceive a radio wave passing through their body. And then there is the darkest theory of all, the dark forest. The idea that the universe is silent by design, that every intelligent civilization quickly learns that revealing your existence is a fatal mistake, that in a universe of finite resources and unknown intentions, the rational response to detecting another civilization is not to say hello, it is to destroy them before they can destroy you. So everyone hides, and the universe stays silent. Under this theory, every signal we have ever broadcast into space was not a greeting. It was a mistake. What it means for us. Here is the uncomfortable truth that sits beneath all of this. We are not having this conversation at a safe distance from the question. We are living inside it. Right now, in this century, humanity is developing the exact technologies that the Great Filter predicts will end civilizations. Artificial intelligence we do not fully understand, biological tools capable of engineering pandemics, weapons that could end life on this planet, and a climate we are pushing toward tipping points we cannot reverse. If the filter is ahead of us, this is the moment. This is precisely where civilizations fail. And if we look up at the night sky and see nothing, no signals, no visitors, no evidence of anyone who made it through, perhaps that silence is not a mystery. Perhaps it is a warning. Fermi asked his question in 1950. More than 70 years later, we are no closer to a definitive answer. But we are closer to the kind of technology that will either take us to the stars or make us one more entry in a long list of civilizations that almost made it. The universe has been here for 13.8 billion years. It has produced, as far as we can tell, exactly one species capable of understanding this question. Whether that makes us the beginning of something extraordinary or the latest in a long line of failures may depend entirely on what we do next. The Fermi Paradox has no clean ending, no resolution, no final answer. And that is exactly what makes it the most important question our species has ever asked. If this video made you think, subscribe to Space Secrets TV, because we are only getting started. Leave your answer in the comments. Where is everybody? I read every single one. Until next time, keep questioning everything.